I'll never forget the look on Karen's face as red and blue lights danced across her manicured front lawn. There she stood, arms folded, smug grin plastered on her face, confident she had finally won. After weeks of pettiness and harassment, this was her moment, or so she thought. I watched from a security cam as two officers approached our front gate. One paused, listening through his earpiece. His expression shifted. "Ma'am," he said firmly, "dispatch is reporting this was a false call. There's no emergency at this residence." Karen's jaw nearly hit the pavement. "That can't be." I heard screaming. "It was suspicious," she insisted, voice rising. What Karen didn't realize was that the dispatcher who took her 911 call was my wife, Elaine. And Elaine instantly recognized the caller as the woman who'd been pestering us since we moved in. We'd only been in our dream home for 3 months, nestled just outside the HOA's official boundary, but close enough to share the same entrance. Our property was legally private, immune from HOA rules. We had the documents to prove it. But that didn't matter to Karen Wilkins, the self-appointed queen of the neighborhood. She showed up a week after we moved in, clipboard in hand, plastic smile on her face. "Welcome to the community," she chirped, scanning our front yard like a hawk. "Your mailbox doesn't meet HOA standards. You got a week to replace it." I kindly explained we weren't under HOA jurisdiction, even offered to show her the paperwork. She brushed it off with a laugh, claiming all homes on this visual corridor had to obey her rulebook. Then she handed me a massive binder filled with absurd rules, everything from paint shades to garden gnome sizes. The following weeks were more of the same. Complaints about our lawn, our porch lights, even the style of our welcome mat. Each time, I reminded her we weren't part of the HOA. But she didn't care. When she started taping violation notices to our mailbox, it got weird. Then she began photographing our house from the street, measuring our hedges with a tape, and blocking our driveway with her golf cart. The last straw? A certified letter demanding $750 in HOA fines. That's when I installed a security gate with keypad access and cameras. It wasn't fancy, but it sent a message. We were done playing. Karen was livid. She left voicemails demanding the gate code for emergency access, cited imaginary rules, and even threatened legal action. We saved every call, every note. Elaine, being an emergency dispatcher, suggested we might need a restraining order soon. Then came the day that changed everything. I was working from home when the buzzer rang nonstop. On camera, Karen was pressing the button like it owed her money. "You need to open this gate now," she demanded. I received a complaint, and I must inspect the property. "Karen," I replied calmly, "we're not in the HOA. Please leave, or I'll have to report you." "You'll regret this," she snapped, storming off. 20 minutes later, I saw her back at the gate, on the phone, gesturing wildly. Then I heard her. "Yes, I need police." I heard screaming from inside. Someone could be hurt. My blood ran cold. She was making a false emergency call. I tried calling Elaine, but she couldn't answer. All I could do was wait. What I didn't know was that Elaine had taken the 911 call and flagged it as suspicious. She noted the address and the caller's history, dispatching officers for a welfare check, not a full emergency. 10 minutes later, a patrol car pulled up. Karen rushed to meet them, flailing her arms and pointing toward our home. I met the officers at the gate. "I'm a homeowner," I said, showing ID. "There's no emergency. This woman has been harassing us for months." The officer touched his earpiece. "Sir, is your wife Elaine Miller?" I nodded. "She's on dispatch. She's provided context. We understand what's going on." He turned to Karen. "Ma'am, did you report an emergency with screaming and possible danger?" "Yes. They wouldn't open the gate. I was concerned for safety," she whined. The officer's tone sharpened. "The dispatcher is this gentleman's wife. She flagged this as a potential false report based on your history. This could be a serious offense." Karen's face paled. "That's not true. She's lying to protect him." "Ma'am," the second officer stepped forward. "All 911 calls are recorded. You have a history of similar claims." By now, neighbors had gathered. Karen looked around, panicked, her confidence crumbling. "Karen Wilkins," the officer said, "you're under arrest for filing a false police report and misusing emergency services. "You can't do this. I'm the HOA president," she shrieked. But they could, and they did. As she was led to the squad car, I calmly said, "Actually, Karen, I think it's finally over." An elderly neighbor approached me afterward. "We've been waiting for someone to stand up to her for years," he said. Later that day, Elaine confirmed everything had been recorded and filed. Karen's legal troubles spiraled fast. 3 weeks later, in court, she was found guilty. The judge wasn't amused by her antics. She was fined $5,000, sentenced to a year of probation, and ordered to complete 200 hours of community service. But the best part? The HOA board held an emergency meeting. Karen was unanimously voted out as president. Turns out we weren't the only ones she'd tormented. As she left the meeting, stunned and humiliated, she finally understood. Her reign of petty control was done.